Hello, I'm Teppo Hudson. I'm the co-founder of sprinthack.com. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to go from having a struggling development process to having an unlimited amount of on-demand developers in your hand. Let's go and start off with the case study. We are working with Panda Training on building their product and mechanism. At the moment, they have no developers hired, but still we've been able to provide them about 200,000 euros in enterprise value within the last 8 months by building the architect and the mechanism on increasing the employee coaches capacity by 75%. They are selling it, they're building their business and growing. At the moment, they seem to be very happy customers. We also have some other case studies where we've been seeing a good drop in development cost due to the increased efficiency. We've been able to improve the kind of a completion accuracy of the development teams and also been improving profit margin within few months. So our process really works. This is for non-tech entrepreneurs who really wants to control the cost of the software or at least have that kind of a predictability on it. Also, you might want to shorten the iteration cycle of your development. Or maybe you're a product manager who needs help on building efficient development strategy. You might be worried that you do not have skills to define tasks for your developers and you're already spending like 100,000 or more on development. You hate sinking money into a product and it still produces nothing but headaches. If you suspect that the answer lies somewhere in improving your development process or having an on-demand source, stick around. I have some good news for you. The truth is, products fail because they are over-engineered. The result of a poor sensitivity analysis of what affects the actual outcome on your users. You need to basically separate development and service architecture, and you need to focus on functions and not on the roles in your team. Usually, you need a service architect to define all these three areas. Usually, you need a service architect to define all these three areas. Does anyone care why a customer problem fits? Can we make money by a problem solution fit? And can we actually do or scale it by a product market fit? The world we are living in right now is that the cost of development is going through the roof due to digitalization on the market for like all the AI, the automation, different platforms that are coming up. And the coding and design supply is not really just meeting the demand. Especially on more senior and architect level personnel, the kind of demand is just huge, while the complexity of all kind of software and expectation on the market is just increasing. So why should you listen to us? Me and my co-founder, Tiago, we have 30 plus combined years in tech development and leadership. We've been working as 10 years as CTOs in multiple startups, lead architect at Telecom Corporation and senior developer at Amazon. We've been developing these concepts in-house, and in the last year alone, been deploying this on 22 architecture projects. We've also been just doing this on our own and failing. We've been for a few years now, been coming up with new product ideas, technical stacks that are really awesome, but just doesn't meet the market. Nobody cares. We've been winning pitches, but still nobody really cared about our ideas. And we figured out that the real problem is actually in the development funnel, the whole service architecture. So how do you build this development funnel? Step one is that you go after the question, does anyone care? The market acceptance is all about understanding that if anyone cares, using your like MVPs and test assumptions. You basically define a persona, you focus on one person, one problem. Otherwise, your funnel will just expand to, huge. You define a certain state of the target market. You define the state of the target market customer is right now and what actions they need to do to get to a future better state that you are promising. You should use sensitivity analysis and other hypothetical metrics to follow on and see if you are actually delivering. And in this stage, in this stage, the product owner is the single most important person of any software project. It is the product owner's responsibility to define what actions are needed on the market through different methods. You should never leave it to the dev teams to do their, understanding of the customer insights. You should be very scientific on focusing to clear all these uncertainties and understand the true insight on your market. We have a certain execution chart freely available on sprinthack.com for you to download. Step 2, you do the unit case simulation. So basically, can we make money with it? You should really understand what kind of process and you should really understand what kind of process is needed to deliver the kind of a promise. What is the mechanism you are needing and how to deliver that value to the customer? You should build proposals, messages, and claims. Basically, a lot of design thinking parts to validate the process and calculate the profitability of the process. Part of this is due to the fact that you need to understand what are the limitations of your development team in the costs and what are the most important parts to design and focus on to actually improve your profitability on the mechanism. You should basically simulate with spreadsheets, mockups, rather than with code. You should simulate all kind of variables, focus on the data sources, log them, and learn all these little details while you do your unit case study. This is a problem solution fit execution chart, again, freely available for you to see on sprinthack.com. So the last step, mechanism validation. So can we actually do it? When you know your unit case and where to focus on, you can start creating roadmaps and tasks for your development and design team members to actually execute. Before you do the roadmap, you need all the previous understanding to be able to add all the data, the variables, data sources, UX, the design thinking, the wireframes, value proposals, maybe even testing the pricing. And you manage all these experimentations with clear task management framework that we also provide. So you keep your focus on organized data. You organize the data sources to basically everybody to know where to get what is needed. You focus on building each experimentation into a component that can be changed. That is one key thing in the modern microservices. and you start with full manual control and then automate the most critical step by step. Here's a mechanism experimentation chart that again you can freely get on our website. If you do all these steps, what you end up with is a development funnel. This whole development funnel is designed to produce a constant and predictable output from your designers and developers to be able to meet, strict challenges and targets, and also enables you to basically outsource the development if you need and get out of the recruitment hoops. You can also, of course, manage this yourselves. However, it will take probably a long time to gain the full stack knowledge needed for this. You will probably struggle to build the whole development funnel unless you know the details of it, and you run a high risk of losing about 90% of consumer insight from the product. Skills needed for this are so specialized on the whole business design, development, architecture, that it will require you minimum 3 years to get all the knowledge out there and be able to do this yourself. What you end up probably with is this. You end up into a loop that focuses on the roles and each role basically communicates between the loop on their own methods, unstructured, and maybe losing big part of the defined data. And you end up having a product that only has that about 10% of the original market inside. And this is the main reason why your product is taking longer, being more expensive to develop, and not meeting the quality standards that is set up by the markets. However, if you work with sprinthack.com, we will work with your team to deliver the whole full stack analysis, design, and basically the process on how to build this development machine in the correct order. We will be kind of your virtual development assistant through this 100% remote online dashboard, where you have unlimited amount of requests and reviews needed for sensitivity analysis, for value creation reviews, tech architecture reviews, code change reviews, and vendor order specs. And we will also outsource the development for you if needed. So you end up having this development engine platform where think us as your development management from business point of view. You get all these services like architecture designing, sprint hacker expertise, and vendor specifications built for you. And what you get again out is more constant and predictable development team output. Again, this is for companies who have an idea about their markets and are designing a market mechanism to deliver a certain promise. This is for CEOs, founders who are struggling to manage their development team output and quality, and for teams who fall behind in their business targets. The benefits that you get from working with sprinthack.com is that you'll be able to get rid of the stress of what and how to develop. You can cut your development costs on average 40% because of the efficiency. And the solution architecture creates value with the costs of 1/10 of the full-time hire. And the value is the ability to focus on what really matters. You will have the confidence to do a product decision in real time, and you understand variables of your mechanism better than previously. The key value is the enterprise value from your development team. We usually speed up and create efficiency on the $500,000 a year range per team. What you get as a features working with us is persona analysis, sensitivity analysis, unit case analysis, data simulation. What we usually start off with clients is the roadmap for development and basically task management for hybrid resources. That seems to be one of the key demand right now. So if you book a demo with us, you'll get detailed examples of all these features. One key thing is that we work with limited amount of clients because we want to make sure that we have bandwidth with all the clients we work with. There's a certain amount of limited spots available, so make sure you sign up with us. Otherwise, we might not be able to serve you right away. There's no risk involved for you. We will give 100% money back guarantee for you if we cannot deliver on our promises, actionable promises during the first 90 days. We're very serious about this because we are very serious about the success of our clients, because that means we are successful as well. So please book a call right now. Go to sprinthack.com and let's start building your product correctly and efficiently right now. Thank you. Hope to see you soon.